Engine athletes. This is the start of our next cycle. It's going to be running from June 23rd to August 24th. These are all the events. Lots of high roxes around the world, mostly Australia, Middle East, Africa, India. The first one in Japan, in Yokohama. And then there's a Decafit Northeast in Pennsylvania. There are other events, and if you are going to be participating in them, shoot me an email or a message, a DM, and let me know, and I'll be happy to add them. Additionally, if you need a taper ever, make sure you reach out, and I'll talk to you about when they come out. And don't forget to do the town halls on Mondays, open to everyone. So this next cycle is going to be 9 weeks long. Like I said, it'll go from June 23rd to August 24th. We're going to focus on global movements for broad general fitness, and including rotational and lateral work. So you'll be getting a lot of like rotations in terms of Russian twists. We'll be going side to side laterals, jump over laterally instead of forward, things like that. We're going to work on proprioception. What that means is there's going to be a lot of body weight movements in terms of being aware of where your body moves in space and not necessarily just applying your force to an external load. We're going to work on all the different facets of energy systems. So you will see short sprints, moderate minute-ish long sprints, and then of course our long aerobic stuff. We're going to focus on the machines as well. So we're going to get the machines going and impact management. What that means is like running is very stressful on your body. So we want to reduce the amount of stress that we're taking during our runs so we can apply it more effectively to the other pieces. But we're not going to stop running. So we're going to do single leg movements, strides, and of course our threshold base. So starting with this, our monostructural easy or active recovery on Mondays. You'll see in the notes there that's an optional active recovery today. Highly suggest that you take it, which means you would only do the monostructural that day and not the rest of it. Same thing for Thursdays, is that you would only do the monostructural on that day and not the GPP strength or extra credit that's in that. And then thresholds, back to Tuesday. So Tuesdays are thresholds, so active right after an active recovery day. You get an easy or active recovery, and then another threshold. So our thresholds are directly after our active recovery days. I feel like we get the most out of them when we put them that way. And then we're going to have long, easy runs on Saturdays, and our strength run and or speed runs, you'll see them in our mix on Sundays. Strength, back to our raw lifts, squat, press, pull. We're going to do antagonistic pairs. So if you see a press, you'll see a pull. Which means like bench press with pull-ups or single arm dumbbell bent over rows. If you do a front squat, you'll see something with hamstrings like single leg dumbbell Romanian deadlifts. And you're gonna see core and like explosive power, so like doing box jumps along with core paired with our raw strength movements. Additionally, we're going on to our power or our skill in terms of all of the hybrid fitness races are low skill events, but there still is some skill involved. I highly recommend you take it at a very easy pace whenever you see something in there, and you practice the techniques that you want to use, and you can vary the techniques a little bit, but that's a great time for practice. But you will see single leg power movements. You'll see a focus on the hamstrings and glutes, and then some sleds. So that means like sled sprints, sled drags, very light sled pushes, just to like make you go fast and really build that lactate up in the legs. The GPP and extra credits, broad general fitness, so more encompassing. We're gonna go outside our normal scope of movements here. So you will see things a little bit more gymnastics, like maybe some chest to bar pull-ups, some toes to bar, double unders, which you can have the option of doing jump rope. We're just gonna keep broadening the amount of movements that we're able to do during this time of year. And you'll see skills for the races in there too that you can practice. We're building everything in a silo, and then the GPP is going to be the glue. That's where you combine everything. So you want to build each thing as high as it'll go, combine it, and see what level you can get to when it's combined. Our gross conditioning, like I said earlier, is going to be a little bit more focused on machines. So you're going to have a lot of aerobic machine work, you're gonna see a lot of biking, so get used to the bike. If you don't, you can always interchange the bikes. There are different calculations, whether you have an echo bike, an assault bike, a concept 2 bike, a stationary bike, a spin bike, whatever it is. But for right now, just think about it, time, how much time is spent on the bike. That's what you want to do. It doesn't have to be perfect. If it says something like 30 minutes of assault bike and every 3 minutes you do a 7-second sprint, you can do that on any bike. It doesn't have to be the assault bike or an air bike. And so you'll see the sprints and the lactic clearance are going to be up. Like I said, the theme is summertime. All right, guys, have a great day.